SHALAM. With Israelite School of Universal Practice West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command GEN.YAHANNA. Since 1969, we've been teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians their true identity according to the Bible, the 12 tribes of Israel, the Lord's chosen people, and the only people that God gives a damn about. You know what I'm saying? If the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. The word devil simply means liar or deceiver. Saying today we're going back into the curse, the cursed history of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And we'll be starting in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 20. I'm saying a lot of our people, we don't understand why we're out here being oppressed and beaten down by all of these heathen nations. I'm saying, especially the main nation that beats us down, which is the so-called white man. We don't understand why we're always at the bottom and we're always suffering from all these afflictions like drugs and poverty. I'm saying having our families ripped apart. We don't understand why we're going through these things. I'm saying, but the men and women and children in the I.S.U.P.K, we understand that we're going through these things because we defy the Most High God. That we choose to live in sin rather than, being a righteous nation of people, a holy nation of people. I'm saying we realize that is why we are in the state that we're in today. And that's not by any mistake. There's a reason we're still at the bottom after 400 years. Because usually any nation would learn their lesson after a certain period of time. But we're still at the bottom because we still love the white man and all his ideas and philosophies. Anything he says that we can do, we love him for it. You know what I'm saying? We love him and we love what he gives us. When in reality, we should hate those things. In reality, we should cast those things aside. And we should say, you know what? I'm not going to do drugs. I'm not going to sleep with white women and white men. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to eat as I please, but instead, I'm going to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments in this Bible right here. You know what I'm saying? Once I do so, maybe my life will get better. Maybe, just maybe. I won't get sick from the food that I eat. I won't get in all types of altercations from sleeping with these heathen women or men. You know what I'm saying? I won't be getting cancer from these drugs that I'm smoking and snorting and shooting up. Just maybe that won't happen to me. I'm saying, but that will only not happen if you get inside of this truth. In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Command GEN.YAHANNA. That's the only way that you're gonna learn, right from wrong. Because in this society that we grow up in, that we live in, we're we're taught that, wrong is right and right is wrong. That's what our enemy teaches us. That's what the men in the I.S.U.P.K look to undo. We look to teach what is right and what is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's only a matter of time before our people, start to realize and comprehend what it is that we bring out every day. You know what I'm saying? Every day since 1969, we've been bringing this truth out. Been bringing out what is right. You know what I'm saying? Bringing out what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing that for 50 years, for a very long time. For generations, God damn it. But yet, our people, we still want to be in the Christian church. We still want to do as the pastor says we can do. We still want to be following these other heathen gods like Islam, like some African spirituality, when none of these religions have done a damn thing for us. They've done nothing to help out our communities. You know what I'm saying, our people. They haven't done a damn thing for us, but yet we still follow them with everything we got. You know, it's only a matter of time before we start to realize that this is not the way to go. That we've got to find something better. I'm saying something that fits our people and that will actually cause our nation to prosper. You know what I'm saying the only thing that causes our nation to prosper is to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. And the only people that teaches these is the men inside the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yohanna. We're the only people that teach this. We're the only people out here fighting for our people. But yes, since we want to tell our people to stop indulging in all this sin, to abandon the white man and his philosophies, to go ahead and join ourselves together with one another, that, you know what I'm saying, our people, they just want to hate on us. That they want us dead, you know what I'm saying, want us silenced. But yet, when a problem rises up in your household, in your community, who's going to be there to fix it? Who's going to be there to make sure that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know what I'm saying, aren't out here killing each other? To make sure that we aren't out here selling drugs to one another, sleeping with one another's women. You know what I'm saying? That's only the I.S.U.P.K. We're the only people doing this. And we're going to continue to be the only people doing this. It's not the Christian church. It's not Islam. It's not these fake groups out here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Saying that they're teaching the word of God. It's only one organization, you know what I'm saying, one body under Christ that is teaching this. And that is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohanna. I'm saying until Christ returns, we are going to be the only people teaching this. So whether you hate us, whether you love us, shoot, get used to us, because we aren't going anywhere. We're going to be the future rulers of this earth. You know what I'm saying? And we know all you Christians hate it. But hey, we don't give a damn. I said we're going to go ahead. We're going to get in these scriptures. We're going to get in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing. You know what I'm saying? And Slacky. The cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do. You know what I'm saying? So since we sit here and we sin against God, the Lord, he's going to go ahead and he's going to send all of these curses, you know what I'm saying, vexations and rebuke against us, no matter what it is that we do. I'm saying no matter if we're trying to build up our communities, if we're trying to get this farmland, you know what I'm saying, trying to be successful business owners in the white man's community, the Most High God, he's going to make sure that we can't do such a thing, because we've decided to sin against him, because we've decided to go ahead and follow as the white man says we can do. When in reality, doing what the white man says that we can do, that has never, ever helped our people throughout the history of America. I'm saying even before America became, I'm saying, a recognized country, I'm saying that it's never helped our people. It didn't help my ancestors when the white man first invaded these lands. When we would do as he say, and we try to make deals in order to find some type of even ground so that we can remain at peace. That's never helped us out. Hell, all you gotta do is look at what was happening when blacks started to build this country back up after the Revolutionary War. All you gotta do is look at what was happening to our people, and you'll look at the curses that the Most High God sent against us. We were successful in this country at first when we were building things back up. We were lawyers, we were farmers, we were business owners. You know what I'm saying? We held high positions in the US government, but yet that isn't what the Lord intended for us. So what did he do? He used the white man as a weapon in order to invoke these curses onto us. And then you start to see congressmen and lawyers, judges, business owners, and farmers. They start to get lynched all across the South, hell, all across the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Them right there, that is curses. And if lynching the business owners, you know what I'm saying, the people that held these positions, if lynching them didn't do the job, then the white man would move on to our family members. And he would kill our sons. He would kill our daughters. You know what I'm saying? Our mothers and our fathers. You know what I'm saying? Anything that he could do in order to get us to resign what we had over to him, he would do it. He didn't care what means he had to take. He didn't care what he would have to do to us in order to get what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? That's just for blacks. You know what I'm saying? You can look at Native Indians and you can look at Hispanics, because he did the same thing to both of us. You know what I'm saying? The same thing he did to my people, the Native Indians, he did the same thing to the Hispanics. You know, whenever we'd be looking to make some type of agreement in order to make sure our people had peace, Slocky, in order to make sure we had some type of peace, in order to make sure that we could build our nation back up, whether it was through the U.S. government, because a lot of Native Indians, we used to fight in order to be a part of the U.S. government. We used to fight in order to represent our people amongst the Congress and all these other high positions that the white man can hold in the government. You know what I'm saying? In order to be a diplomat, we would try to do all these things. We would try to make businesses that not only prospered our people but prospered the white man. That the white man, you know what I'm saying, that he could kind of participate in. You know what I'm saying? I say kind of because really the white man, he just bullies his way into everything. Just like when we had a monopoly on the fur trade, you know what I'm saying, a trade in all the goods through North America and throughout Canada, and then the white man, he just strong arms his way in. He starts killing people. He starts torturing us. You know what I'm saying, beating us, threatening us, doing whatever it is that he can in order to get into, you know what I'm saying, our business, just like he always has. You know, and the same thing goes for our Hispanic brothers. So our Hispanic brothers, they've always been fair with the U.S. government. They've always tried to make deals and treaties, in order to bring some type of economic growth to South America, in order to travel just like they have in the past. That's why if you look at all the deals that our brothers in South America have made, it's always to try to keep the slaughter from coming to them. So no matter what it is, but in reality, the Lord, He doesn't intend for that to happen, because they still sin against the Most High God, just as Native Indians sin against the Most High God. We might do well positions, judges, mayors. They held all those high-ranking positions in the U.S. government and all these towns across America, but yet, but yet the white man, he saw that and he lashed out against them. And then you start to see lynching skyrocket across America. These men and women, and children that were lynched, they weren't lynched for nothing. They weren't lynched because they were the lowly of the state or the community. They were lynched because they held high positions that could impact the black community. But yet, and with all their heart, they still like to eat as they please and worship Christianity and all of its foolishness. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, our people, no matter how much the white man afflicted us, no matter how much he lynched us and beat us and burned down our stores, we still saw past that and chose to love him. When after that happened, after all the lynchings happened, all the fire bombs that were thrown through windows, all the threats sent to our houses, we should have realized that these people, they hate us. That these people hate our guts. And that no matter what we do, even if we try to prosper their nation and improve their way of living, that they're always going to want us dead. That they're going to always want us under their boot heel. Because that's what happened back when. That's the type of thing that our people went through. We still love them after all of it. Even till this day, we love them. When what should have happened was we should have taught our children and our children's children to separate from these people. That no matter what we do, no matter how much we fight for them, no matter how much we want to hate us, that they're still going to want our heads on a pike. That's what we should have taught our children. None of our family members were specifically lynched. We should have taught our children, hey, if it can happen to this nigga over there, it can happen to you. Because you are nothing but a nigga to these people. You are nothing but a commodity to these people. And they can't wait to wipe you and your legacy off of this earth. But instead, because of Christianity, we chose to love these people that did this to us. Completely and utterly separated from them. That's what should have been done back then with the black community. And that's just the black community. Because guess what? The same thing happened in the Native Indian and Hispanic community when we tried to build relations. I'm saying when the Native Indians, when we tried to build strong ties with the U.S. government, I'm saying just like what the five civilized, I'm saying tribes try to do with the U.S. government, but yet the U.S. government, we should have realized even back then that the white man was not for us, and that no matter what we do, he's gonna always want us dead. Because the five civilized tribes, you know what I'm saying, we assimilated to the white man's culture. We willingly welcomed it. We willingly, you know what I'm saying, enslaved our brothers, adopted the white man's culture, his God, you know what I'm saying, everything about him. We accepted it in order to see a means of survival. But yet he still turned on us. He still turned on us and he made us slaves. You know what I'm saying, he still murdered us by the thousands, no matter what it is that we did. When in reality, what we should have done is we should have joined ourselves to our brothers. We should have joined ourselves to the rest of our Gadite or so-called Native Indian brothers. We should have joined ourselves to our Judite or so-called black brothers, and we should have joined ourselves to our Hispanic brothers. You know what I'm saying, it's not like we haven't joined ourselves in the past. We've always joined ourselves to one another whenever the white man comes against us. Gad always joined with the Hispanic brothers. You know what I'm saying? We always join with our Judite brothers. The Hispanic brothers always join with Judah and Gad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Native Indians always join with Simeon. Slakia. The Native Indian, my Native Indian ancestors always join with with the Seminole Indians. You know what I'm saying? Seminole Indians always join with Judah, Issachar, and the rest of the Hispanic brothers. We always did whatever it is that we could in order to survive in this world, in order to survive the white man's onslaught. We always joined to one another. But yeah, because of what the white man has taught us, we do not see that as a possibility. We think to ourselves, oh, well, you know, these people have never messed with us. They've never joined themselves with us throughout history in order to free us as slaves or in order to stop the white man from invading our territory and pushing them out. When in reality, we have always joined to one another. We've always gone to war against our common enemy in order to save our people. We've always done that. But yeah, because we let the white man control our education, you know what I'm saying, our schooling, and since he controls the internet, we think, well, you know, all these people always hated us except for the white man. When you can't look back anywhere in history and show me where the white man has ever loved you. He didn't love us when we were slaves. He didn't love us when we were, you know what I'm saying, doing civil rights, when we were reconstructing his empire. He doesn't love us even till today. You know, let's go ahead and get back in these scriptures. Until thou be destroyed, until thou perish quickly. And so right there it lets us know no matter how much effort we, or even our own communities, we're gonna be destroyed trying to do so. I'm saying no matter if it's Black Wall Street, no matter if it's just destroyed with anything that we do. Try to make a difference. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying, if we try to teach our children better in the white man's society, you know, the Most High God, He's going to destroy us for doing so. And how we just look at it as a way of life. When in reality, we should look at it as maybe I'm doing something wrong. Even though I'm teaching my children, you know, not to love the white man, to not do these drugs or sell them, then maybe, just maybe, we're missing something very, very important. And that would be this truth right here. All these Jakes and Eves in the world, they're missing this truth, teaching their children how to live by this book right here. Because without this, you can't teach your children how to live. And the only people that teach this book right here throughout its entirety, from front to back, you know what I'm saying, from the King James version of the Bible to the Apocrypha, is the Israelite School and Universal Practical Knowledge under Command GEN.YAHANNA. We're the only ones that teach this right here. So maybe instead of trying to do your own lone wolf thing, you know what I'm saying, maybe you should come into this truth. Stop being such a selfish bastard. I'm saying, fall in rank and order. I'm saying, sister, start being submissive and obedient to a black man. You know what I'm saying? And hey, you know, you don't have to worry about our children being gunned down in the streets. You don't have to worry about the state of our communities. You know, once we start following this book. But that's the only way. Because, you know, without this truth, without the priests and prophets of the Most High God, the men in this truth, we can't fully follow this Bible right here. We can't keep all the laws, all the statutes, all the commandments, because nobody besides us is teaching them. You know, that's a blatant fact right there. You can love it, you can hate it. It doesn't matter if you, without the truth of this Bible, you know, God, He's going to continue to keep killing our people. He's going to continue to keep sending destruction against us. You know what I'm saying? Keep sending swift death. You know, that's how this school is the only thing that saves the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It's going to continue to be the only thing that does. And until thou perish quickly. I'm saying, look at how destroyed blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are today. You know, you can look at all of South America. You can look at the ghettos here in America, the reservations here in America, and you can see that our people are destroyed. You know, we're not only destroyed physically by being gunned down in these streets, you know what I'm saying, by whatever, you know what I'm saying, police office all across the U.S., or by whatever white supremacist that goes into our stores, Slucky. guns us down, it's not only a physical destruction, but a mental destruction. Because our people, we are utterly destroyed mentally here in America. When you ask yourself, well, why does he say we're mentally destroyed? Well, it's because we're the only people out here that are loving and accepting and mourning for the same nation of people that has had us in chains and bondage and has gone out of their way in order to destroy us, whether it's putting us in prisons or gunning us down in these streets. We're the only people that continue to love the same nation that does these things to us. You think them damn Africans over there across the ocean, you think they love the white man for what he's done to their people, for what little I would say he's done to their people? Because in reality, anything the white man has done to these other nations, it is nothing. I'm going to say it again. It is nothing compared to what he has done to us. He might have chopped off a couple of hands and a couple of feet and hung them around their necks. You know what I'm saying? And they hate the white man for it. They hate him for invading their lands and doing whatever he can in order to take their resources and to gain some power over there. They hate him for it, especially in South Africa. I'm saying where, them South Africans, they're revolting against the white farm owners over there. They're over there and they're killing them. And they're taking back their land. They hate them for such a thing. But yet, we forgive the white man for the slavery he put us through. I'm saying we forgive the white man for all the disease and rapes that he spread throughout North and South America. We forgive him for all of our babies that he's killed. We forgive him for such things. When in reality, our people should want to separate from the white man. Even with the Christianity that he has pushed on us, we should see past that, and we should want, we should want better for our people. We should want for our people to prosper out here. When it can't happen when we're joining ourselves to the white man. It can't happen when we're out here and we're following his God that has never done a damn thing for us. I'm saying back when, Native Indians and Hispanics, even when we said we convert to Christianity and we'd pray to that white boy, named Caesar Borgia, and we'd beg and plead for him to save us from the flames and mutilations and impalings, the dogs and the disease, all of it that the white man would put onto us. And that devil never answered a single goddamn prayer. He never answered a single one. But yeah, we want to look past that. Which is why so many of our goddamn people today is Christians. They want to go ahead and say that, oh, well, that doesn't matter what happened in the past. Even though all these people have suffered in the past due to the white man, due to his God, telling him that he can come and conquer our lands, that we want to say, well, that doesn't matter. What matters is today. Hell, our people, we should be ashamed for such a thing. Because there are a lot, and I mean a lot of people, Indian communities, that say that what happened back then doesn't matter. That he's our guard slack. He helped us today when he has never helped us throughout the entire history of us following him. I'm saying that goes to show you just how destroyed our people are. We're destroyed enough to follow this slacky, just to follow this false God. This God of another nation that has conquered us and oppressed us so much. That shows you how destroyed we are. Yet we just look past it. You know, it's a damn shame to see the state that our people are in today. You know, that doesn't, you know, and that's just the mental destruction that we're in. You know, we can go into the physical destruction. We can go into how we're being killed out here in the streets. We can go into how we're out here and we're sleeping with all these people contracting all these diseases. We can go into all these drugs that we're strung out on. There's a lot of things that we can go into that shows how destroyed the nation of Israel is. You know what I'm saying? But yet, you know, we don't give a damn about it. I'm saying we're actually slacking. Until thou be destroyed, until thou perish quickly. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go into the drugs. I'm saying and the alcohol that is being pumped into our communities. I'm saying into our cities. You know, because not only today is it happening, but in the past it's happened. Saying in the past, the white man has pumped hell an ungodly amount of alcohol into the reservations. You know what I'm saying? He's made so many of my people alcoholics and just dependent on the strong to a point where they think they need it to survive. I'm saying so much so to where my ancestors were out here chugging goddamn mouthwash in order to get a buzz off of the alcohol. That's what the white man was doing to us. I'm saying not only was he doing all this to Native Indians during the Prohibition era, I'm saying, but he was doing this to blacks and Hispanics. You know, he was pumping all these drugs and all this alcohol into our communities. You know, how all you gotta do is look at how, just look at the past of how all of South America. Look at all the drugs that have gone from south to north, north to south. You know what I'm saying? All the cocaine, all the poppy, you know what I'm saying? All of it. You know, that's not something that our people decided to do. That is something that the white man pushed onto our people. It's something that he said, you know, well, in order for South America to survive, you know, y'all gotta have these drugs going all over the continent. You know I'm saying, because it all started with the white man pushing these drugs into South America. It all started with him hiring people and providing the arms, you know what I'm saying, and the manpower in order to grow, you know what I'm saying, these drugs down there. It all started with that, and then it expanded. It expanded with, you know, the drug war. You know what I'm saying it expanded with the cartels that are out here doing all types of heinous acts in order to keep their drugs flowing throughout North and South America. That all started with the white man. It didn't start with our people. I'm saying we don't look to see what the source of that is from. I'm saying most of our people, we just look at it as, oh hell, it's always been there. That's just Hispanics being Hispanics. When in reality, the true drug addict, the true drug dealer, I'm saying the white man, he's the one that started that in our communities. Now, we already know who created the crack epidemic, you know what I'm saying, in the black communities. There's no question about that. I'm saying you can ask your grandmama, and she'll tell you who started that. She'll tell you when it started, where it started, when it's slacking, who started it. She'll tell you all that. Saying back then we knew who started all of that, but yet we choose to ignore who did it. Because when you look at who did it, that will tell you who your real enemy is. Who it is that is looking to destabilize and keep your people at the bottom. I'm saying it'll tell you all that. Because if you look at all of it, it'll tell you that the white man started all of this. He started putting the alcohol and the drugs in our communities. He's the one that wants to destabilize, you know what I'm saying, what we're doing and make it so that we're all dependent on him. I'm saying, because the white man, he knows that once he keeps us, you know what I'm saying, down mentally by being on all these drugs, I'm saying, by being drunk all the goddamn time, he knows that we can't be productive members of our societies. And which is why you got a liquor store on every corner on the block, which is why all these crack dealers and marijuana dealers, cocaine dealers, they're all getting their supply from the U.S. government, from the white man. There's a reason all this is going on. And it's just to keep us down. It's just to keep us destroyed as a nation of people. But you know, it's cool. It's cool. Because the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we're out here and we're healing our people. We're making sure our people get off them goddamn drugs. We're making sure they stop being alcoholics. We're making sure of it. And we're the only people making sure of it. And we're going to continue saying until the kingdom of heaven is put into place. Because of Slakia, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. And so Lord is letting you know that all this that is happening is due to us wanting to turn our back on him, to us wanting to forget all about these laws, statutes, and commandments. I'm saying he's letting us know that this is why we're out here and we're on the bottom. We're being killed 24/7 in our communities. While we're being imprisoned 24/7. You know what I'm saying? He's letting us know that this is why. Because we've turned our back on him. Because we've decided to follow the philosophy and the ideas and the laws of the white man. You're saying before you say anything, you're saying all the laws of the white man do not match up with this Bible right here. Because the white man says it's lawful to be a goddamn homosexual. He says it's okay for a man to love another man, for a woman to love a woman. And soon enough, he's going to say it's okay for a man or a woman to love a child. When this Bible right here, this King James version of the Bible, you know what I'm saying, it speaks out, you know what I'm saying, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's like we'll just say it strongly speaks out against homosexuality and pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? That's just the type of man that King James was. He wasn't for homosexuality or pedophilia or being a goddamn drug addict. I'm saying if he was, then hell, the laws wouldn't have been in this Bible right here. He would have altered them in order to fit hell the U.S. government, because the U.S. government goes completely against the laws in this Bible. Say along with the statutes, along with the commandments. Verse 21, the Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee. Saying the Lord shall make the pestilence cleave on us. So if you know what pestilence is, I got the definition right here. I'll go ahead and read it for you. Pestilence, fatal epidemic, disease, or bubonic plague. Saying you can look at what was happening when the Spaniards were invading these lands oh so long ago. He was spreading a hell of a lot of disease throughout these lands. He was even spreading the bubonic plague throughout these lands, throughout North and South America, making every goddamn person sick, no matter where he went. I'm saying no matter if he was miles upon miles away, he was making people sick. In any city, in any town, people just walking along a path, he'd make them sick. You know what I'm saying? Because most of our people don't know that sickness was just oozing out of the white man's skin back then. You know what I'm saying? When he talks, sickness would just be coming out of him and infecting whatever it is that it could. Which is why, so many, you know what I'm saying, Hispanics and Native Indians died from some type of pestilence, some type of disease. That's why 90% or more of Hispanics, you know what I'm saying, and Native Indians died from diseases that the white man brought over here to America. There's a reason for all of this. You know, that wasn't just by accident. The Lord didn't make it so that, this people, they get sick by all these diseases, and this people, they grew to be immune to it. Now, he made it this specific way so that you could know who the children of Israel are, who the Lord's chosen people are. Because nobody like us has ever gotten sick the way that we have from diseases. No disease has ever wiped out 90% plus of an entire country. You know what I'm saying? It's never happened. No matter how much people want to say, the Black Death wiped out blah, 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 so of Europeans. Well, guess what? It has never affected them the same way it has Hispanics and Native Indians. It's never moved as rapidly as it has with Hispanics and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Just within a couple years, just 75% and up of these of South and North America was affected by the diseases that the white man would spread. You know what I'm saying? How I said earlier, all he had to do was speak and people would get sick. All he'd have to do was be around and the disease would be, you know what I'm saying, oozing from his skin and the people would get sick. That's never happened to any other nation of people. Nobody else has ever gotten sick the way that we have. You know what I'm saying? No disease has ever wiped out so many goddamn people. No matter how much you want it to, it never has. One of the most you know what I'm saying, historically famous things that has happened when the Spaniards invaded these lands was the disease that swept through and killed so many people. I'm saying all the disease that came through when the British came over here. You know what I'm saying? That is historically famous right there. I don't see it being famous amongst Africans, amongst Arabs, Asians, East Indians. Hell, besides the bubonic plague, the white man. I'm saying, but that's famous amongst Hispanics and Native Indians. I'm saying there's a reason that the white man highlights such a thing, such a terrible, terrible thing that happened to these people. There's a reason for it. And we can't just look past that reason. We gotta dig and find what that reason is. I'm saying if you look inside this book, the same book that so many people hate, that so many people say is just a made up book or try to disprove, you'll find what that reason is. And all you gotta do is go a couple chapters into the book to find what that reason is. I'm saying that's because we are the Lord's chosen people. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And just off of what has happened from, you know what I'm saying, when Columbus first landed over here till today, nobody has ever gone through that. Saying there's been so much disease that has swept through North America and South America. I'm saying the smallpox. I'm saying hell, even just what we see as minor chicken pox. I'm saying typhoid and all these. Hell, even just the flu wiped out so many goddamn people. And all these things that we see as being minor or that, you know what I'm saying, were a thing of the past, these are things that have wiped out, you know what I'm saying, the goddamn over half a continent of people. And there is a reason for that. There is a reason why specific things that the Spaniards did to us caused specific diseases. Just like if you look at South America and you look at all the mines that he forced our Hispanic brothers into. I'm saying all the hard labor he got out of it, all the gold he got out of it, and that developed a disease amongst the people. Saying which is called, I believe it was called mining cough. Saying which it would cause your jaw and tongue to rot off, along with your intestines. I'm saying that's a disease that, it lasts for, hell, it can last for 3 years, I believe it was. I believe that was the longest case they had. 3 years, to where your intestines are rotting away, to where your goddamn jaw is no longer attached to your body, and you gotta still sit there and slave away in these mines. These mines where this disgusting, vile beast is just beating your back, telling you to work harder and harder. I'm saying these mines to where you gotta see your people suffering every day, to where you get starved out. You gotta work, I'm saying, until you are a corpse. You know what I'm saying? I would say I don't even wish that on my worst enemy, but I wish that onto the man that has done this to us. I wish that his intestines would slowly rot away for years as I make him pick my cotton, as I make him work away in the mines. Hell, not even gathering me materials, just chipping away at rock. I wish that would happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what has happened to our people. You know what I'm saying? That's just some of the pestilence that has happened to our people in the past. You know what I'm saying? You can fast forward to the goddamn future, and you can look at the pestilence that's happened to us. It's like all the disease and hell. What was that? What was that called the epidemic about a couple years ago? It was at the swine flu that you could get sick from pigs. You know what I'm saying? That was killing all kinds of people. I'm saying the Zika virus that was getting people sick and making it so that newborns would have these soft skulls that were basically how you couldn't survive. You know what I'm saying? That's just some of the pestilence that was going on, even till today. Damn, the bird flu that hit South America. Hell, there's all types of diseases that has ravaged our communities. You know what I'm saying? That has utterly destroyed our people. All you gotta do is a couple Google searches. That's all you gotta do. Until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, that just goes to show you that all these diseases, they're to completely take us off the land. Now, I told you before, all these diseases that the Spaniards and British, you know what I'm saying, the French, the diseases they brought over, that utterly wiped us off of the land. You know what I'm saying? That took out 90% plus of the population throughout the whole land. You know what I'm saying? You got so high that it even take out 99% of the population. And that's just from the disease. You know what I'm saying? Because, the white man, he did not stop at disease. He didn't just let disease do the work to take us off the land. He did everything in his power in order to get us off. Whether it was with the sword, you know what I'm saying, whether it was lying to us, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. He did what he could. So, verse 22, the Lord shall smite thee with a consumption. So if you don't know what a consumption is, I got a definition right here. A fatal epidemic. Wait, Slocky. I'm tripping. Slocky. Consumption. A wasting disease, especially pulmonary tuberculosis. You know what I'm saying? If you look at all the diseases that the white man brought over to North and South America, there were a hell of a lot of people, you know, infected with tuberculosis. So much so that tuberculosis actually killed millions of people over here. Even to this day, it would kill millions of people. You know, it'd make men, women, children. I'm saying the government officials back then in our cities, it would make us sick. You know, and there wasn't a damn thing we could do about it. All we could do is just sit there, either hope it passed or die by it. Those were your only options back then. Those were the only things that could be done for you. Was you sit and wait. You sit and wait, and you hope that, you know, the Lord shows some mercy on you. You know what I'm saying? The only things that could be done. I'm saying you can fast forward even till, you know what I'm saying, the 20th and 21st century. You know what I'm saying? The white man, he's spreading these diseases amongst our people. So you can even look at what is it? The damn Tuskegee syphilis experiment, where the white man was spreading syphilis amongst damn towns in America, black towns in America. So since 1932 to 1972. So it's over 40 years. The white man was spreading fucking syphilis, slacking my language, syphilis amongst black communities in order to weaken us. You know what I'm saying? That goes to show you who the Lord's chosen people are. Because the white man, he certainly hasn't done that to anybody else. He certainly hasn't done that to no goddamn African. He certainly hasn't done that to no Arab, Asian, East Indian. I've never seen a report come out to where white man is spreading syphilis amongst any of these heathen nations. I'm saying he might do it amongst his own community from having sex with all these, you know what I'm saying, man having sex with man, you know what I'm saying, having sex with animals, trees, whatever the hell white man wants to have sex with. He might spread disease by doing that, but hell, other than that, you know what I'm saying, white man, he targets a specific group of people in order to spread these diseases. You know what I'm saying, that's not just with the syphilis, but that also goes into, you know what I'm saying, the AIDS that the U.S. government was spreading amongst blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I'm saying all you got to do is you just got to do a couple Google searches and you'll find that out. All you got to do is type in a couple words and you'll find out that, you know what I'm saying, the government was purposefully, not accidentally, this didn't accidentally get out. You know what I'm saying? It didn't, you know what I'm saying, mistakenly, you know what I'm saying, no freak accident happened to where, you know, the white man was putting these diseases into our communities. He targeted us, just like he has always targeted us for anything that he does. Whether it was with when the Spaniards invaded these lands and he was spreading all this goddamn disease and plagues amongst Native Indians, Seminole Indians, you know what I'm saying, the Hispanics. I'm saying whether he goes to the black community and spreads all this, he does it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time until the truth comes out to why he's doing such a thing. When hell, really the truth is out. You know what I'm saying? The I.S.U.P.K, we've been saying this since 69. Since 1969. Why the white man has been targeting us. Why he's been looking to destroy our people. We've been doing this. But yet people want to ignore it. They want to brush it off. You know what I'm saying? They want to say, oh, well, you know, y'all are agents. You know what I'm saying? You're against the black community. You're nothing but a bunch of, what would they say? Conspiracy theorists, whack jobs. So on and so forth. In reality, we get this truth from this Bible. You know what I'm saying? We don't just make this stuff up. We don't just look to do things in order to fulfill our own personal gains or needs. I'm saying we do this because it is what is demanded of us from the Most High God. You know I'm saying God, he's always had, and then people to make sure that the nation of Israel keep these laws, these statutes, and these commandments. You know I'm saying he's always had a people that can make sure that, you know I'm saying, when the time comes that the enemy of Israel can be put down. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is here for. We're here to make sure that the enemy of blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians is put down, that they be destroyed and perish, no matter what it is that they do, no matter how much they usurp authority over us. And with the fever, and with the inflammation, and with an extreme burning, so it's just going into all the diseases, you know what I'm saying, viruses, and all that happened not only back then, but that is happening today. I'm saying we like to think that then shit really slacking my language. We like to think really that all the diseases and plagues that was going on back then is gone today. I'm saying it's done away with because of the white man making these vaccines. You know what I'm saying? These things that are gonna keep these diseases away. I'm saying when in reality, how you can look in any ghetto in America, saying whether it's from east to west coast, and you'll see that these diseases still exist, that these fevers and these inflammations and these extreme burnings are still going on today. I mean, you just got to stop ignoring what's going on with our people, and you'll see it's going on. Saying, but if you're a goddamn Christian, you know what I'm saying, hell, you're just going to look past it. If anything, you're just going to say, well, you know, they shouldn't have been, sinning against God. That is what God wants. When in reality, what God wants is for us not to live these curses. You know what I'm saying? These few curses that I've gone through so far, God does not want us to live these. You know what I'm saying? We still got to verse 68 to finish these curses up. And the God of Israel, the God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know what I'm saying? The nigga God, he does not want us to be going through these goddamn curses. And then you wouldn't want your favorite child to be going through all this torment, all this affliction, when you told them how to avoid such a thing. And the same thing goes for God. He don't want his favorite child, you know what I'm saying, the nation of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, he don't want us to be going through this. But we're going through it because we choose to go through it. Because we choose to follow, you know what I'm saying, these heathens and what they say we can do. Because we choose to do such a thing. Man, it's like we've been learning these scriptures. It's like verse 23, and thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee, Slacky, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. What's that sound like to you? That sounds like a goddamn jail or prison. You know what I'm saying? You can go and you can look at what was happening to our people. I'm saying so-called blacks in this country. You know what I'm saying, after the Civil War ended, you know, and you can look at all the blacks that were rounded up and put into jails, you know, being accused of crimes that they didn't commit. You can go back and you can look at all this and put into these jails. Because throughout history, we know blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians were used to build up the white man's empire. I'm saying back then, back when he was rounding us up, wrongfully accusing us, he would continue to use us to build his empire. And saying back during the Jim Crow era, you know, where you could just imprison a nigga for anything. And saying they were using those men that were wrongfully incarcerated, and they would use them to build up, you know what I'm saying, the U.S. economy. They would use them, I'm saying, to make sure that whether it was, I'm saying, a economic thing or a how should I put this? Like basic labor type stuff. You know what I'm saying? He'd make sure that he put us to use for such things. Because hell, you can go and you can look at when the railroads were built. You know what I'm saying? You can see that the white man, he used prisoners to build it. That he used prisoners to pick his potatoes and his tomatoes, his beans, to pick his cotton still. He used black prisoners for such a thing. He used black prisoners to build his roads. You know what I'm saying? To build his buildings. That's what he used us for. He didn't just imprison us and let it be at that. Hell, mass imprison us at that. I'm saying you can go and look into history and you can see how many blacks it was that he enslaved. You know what I'm saying? On them chain gangs that he enslaved after so-called Slovakia, that he enslaved after slavery was over and put in them prison systems to work for free. You know what I'm saying? You can go back and you can look at that. And the same thing, it goes for Hispanics and Native Indians. And we were all forced into that. We were all wrongfully accused. You know what I'm saying? And forced to build up the white man's kingdom. You know, it wasn't all for nothing. It wasn't all just so, you know, this guy, he's a different color than I am. Now, the Lord did that. The Lord did that for a reason. That's because we chose to defy him. We chose to break these laws, these statutes, and these commandments. That's why that happened. It's like, and thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. All you got, shit. Look at today. Look at the top people locked up in the U.S. prison system. So not only is it 2 million plus black men and women that are locked up in the U.S. prison system, but it is also Hispanics and Native Indians. Hell, even in South America, there's nothing but Hispanics locked up. There's a lot of you coons out there that are saying, well, you know, they're in their own lands. You know what I'm saying? They're locked up because of another Hispanic man who wants to put them in chains. But one thing you don't realize is that those prisons over there, they are funded and ran by a white man. You know what I'm saying? Just like the prisons over here are funded and ran by white men, by corporations, Slovakia, that help fund and arm these prisons in order for them to keep prisoners in there. The same thing goes on in South America. I'm saying there's a U.S. corporation, a white-owned corporation out there that makes sure that Hispanic prisons stay full and they keep locking up Hispanics. Whether you're Mexican, damn Argentinian, a Cuban, damn, how you call it, Panamanian. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. There is a white man behind that making sure that you stay in prison or jail in order to help his, you know what I'm saying, not yours, but his society thrive. Because all that work that the Hispanics are doing over there in South America, you know what I'm saying, all the crops that they be picking and gathering, you know what I'm saying, all the work that they be doing, that that prospers, prospers North America. You know what I'm saying? Because those corporations, they get a cut of whatever is gathered, or they get to say how much things are sold for down there. You know what I'm saying, or the work that you're doing, it's in order to build up, you know what I'm saying, some type of a factory, or you know what I'm saying, some business to represent one of these corporations here in North America. You know what I'm saying, because if it was the case that they're building up South America, you know what I'm saying, they're building up these Hispanic countries, then these countries would not be living in poverty today. They wouldn't have to come and beg the U.S. to get resources, you know what I'm saying, or to get help against the war on drugs, so on and so forth. If it was like that, then should they'd be straight. They could completely separate themselves from the U.S. government, from North America, from the United States and Canada, from the Europeans across the ocean. I'm saying, but it's not. That's not the case one bit at all. Verse 23. It's like, and thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. So just look at all of these, you know what I'm saying, all these ICE roundups that are happening to our Hispanic brothers. You know what I'm saying? They're rounding up our brothers, you know what I'm saying, no matter where you are throughout this country, and they're throwing them into concentration camps. Because really that's what these are that they're putting these brothers into. They're not just any normal prison, any normal jail where you just sit behind bars and you wait. You know what I'm saying? They're throwing them into concentration camps where people, they're coming up missing, they're winding up dead, they're being worked to death, you know what I'm saying, or until exhaustion. You know what I'm saying, that's what's happening to our brothers. You know what I'm saying, they're out here, they're not being able to bathe for months on end. You know what I'm saying? They got all these high fences up and spotlights and dogs and military grade weaponry out there. You know what I'm saying? Our brothers are put into some maximum security prisons. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening with these ICE roundups. You know what I'm saying? But we choose to ignore such a thing as if our Hispanic brothers are doing something wrong in this country, as if they're bringing all this violence and drugs and how confusion over to our communities. I'm saying, if you're a black man or woman, you know what I'm saying, a Hispanic has never done such a thing to us. They've never gone out and they've never lynched us. They've never gone out and shot up one of our churches or bombed one of our schools. But you know who does do that? You know who has historically done that? That would be, and it will forever be, until the end of our days, until he is put into captivity, the so-called white man. That is who is doing such a thing. I'm saying that is, no matter how much you hate on it, that is something that you can't ignore. And you can try your best, but when these facts get brought out, when this truth get brought out, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be looking like one hell of a dum-dum speaking out against our brothers that are being thrown in these concentration camps. You know what I'm saying? Because they're being treated the exact same way that we are. We got brothers dying in them camps. Hell, we got niggas dying in these prisons. We got, you know what I'm saying? We got savages dying in these prisons. So it ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing that's all, you know what I'm saying, spectacular and mind-blowing. I don't remember the last time I saw a goddamn African being killed in a prison. I'm saying by the guards, or a white man, or an Asian, East Indian, an Arab, so on and so forth. I only see, you know what I'm saying, not only me, but anyone in this school, anyone in any one of these ghettos, any one of these reservations, any one of these barrios, you know what I'm saying, you can see who it is that is being killed inside of these prison systems. Who it is that are being focused down and targeted for these prison systems. And that is only, and I mean only, no matter how you look at it, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We're the only people. Even though we're the minority throughout all these lands, you know what I'm saying, we are the ones that make up a hell of a lot of the prison system. When you got 2 million plus black men and women in prison, you know what I'm saying, that goes to show you who is being targeted. That goes to show you who this curse fits. You know what I'm saying, I have never seen any statistic come out to where, hell, even there's even a thousand, you know what I'm saying, Africans or East Indians, Asians, Arabs winding up in the prison system. But yet you can easily see and constantly see to where there are millions of blacks in the prison system, to where there are hundreds of thousands of Hispanics in the prison system, saying where there are thousands of Native Indians in the prison system. You know what I'm saying? But when we're the minority, you know, that makes no sense. Of those numbers, they just don't add up. How are we going to make up this large number of people in the prisons and in the jails when we are what's considered, you know what I'm saying, the absolute, you know what I'm saying, it's like, I don't know, the word I'm trying to think of. what I'm saying? When we make up the bare minimum of a society, but yet we make up such a large number in the prison systems. You got to come and ask yourself, like, why? Why is it that we have so many people in prison when we make up so little of the population here in North America? You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is simply look at these curses in this here Bible. So the Bible would tell us that we would end up in these jails and in these prisons if we chose to do our own thing, if we chose to follow, you know what I'm saying, these heathen nations. I'm saying the Bible told us that, yet we choose to ignore it. We choose to just continue to do as we please. So we're going to wrap up the class. So we're going to definitely didn't get through as much scriptures as the last time, but shoot, hope you got some knowledge up out of this, some knowledge that shows you that no matter what it is us as a people, you know what I'm saying, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, no matter what we're going through, we are the same nation of people. No matter how you look at it, no matter what the skin tone is, so no matter what your ideals is, because we got Hispanics, Native Indians, you know what I'm saying, following something completely way different than what blacks be following. So no matter what that is, you know what I'm saying, we are the same nation of people. We do go through these same curses no matter which way you look at it. So it's only a matter of time until we start to realize, that we are the 12 tribes of Israel, the Lord's chosen people. Saying the people that were made specifically to keep and to teach these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time. Especially with Trump in office. People are gonna start waking up. This truth it's expanding every day. And we're starting to realize what is going on. We're starting to realize that we are one nation of people, no matter how you look at it. And that those Africans across the ocean, that they are nowhere near close to being our people. Just got to give you worldly Jakes and Eves a little more time. You'll come around. You know what I'm saying? That's honestly, that's your only choice, is to come around. Because if you don't do so, then shoot. Guess what? The Lord is going to send these curses, these few curses that we've gone over through these two classes. He's going to send them upon you. And he's going to destroy you with them. You know what I'm saying? So I highly recommend that if you are a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you get into these classes. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, you push this truth as hard as you can. Now, that's all I can say to you, in all honesty. So we're going to close out the class flow. 1 second. Whew. Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Start out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 21, or the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to treasury department or teacher. You're saying, or you can go ahead and donate it to, you know what I'm saying, the school through our website. I'm saying just go to www.isupk.com. Saying then the tithes, that'll be the first thing that pops up on your screen. You just click on it, fill out the information, bada bing, bada boom, turn it in, you're good to go. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Let me go ahead and get this for you right quick. So I know I'd bring it out in this at the end of this class, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it for you. You know what I'm saying? It's very important to keep these high holy days, these holy convocations. You know what I'm saying? They're what the Lord gave to us as a nation of people. You know what I'm saying? Something we're supposed to keep throughout the generations. You know what I'm saying? It's something that us as a people should not abandon. It's lucky if I can find it, that is. All right, Slack. All right, the next holy convocation would be the Day of Atonement, which is Monday, October 7th of 2019. You can look in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 27 to 32, to find out a couple of details about this high holy day. I'm saying if you got any other questions, you can go ahead and call the number in the description. Or type in your questions in the chat. It don't really matter. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or war scarf. So we're going to go ahead and get into these prayers. Dope. Slacky. So I'm Majum, which means to stand. Opanyakwidum means turn and face the east. We're going to start with the Lord's Prayer. In the Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kwadash, Hayah, Shimka, Yahweh, Malakwakath, Daba'ah, Ratazaika, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan, Lanawa, Nakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawatanawa, Kasalakanawa, Kabawatayanawa, Wala'a, Dabayayanawa, Banasaya 1 of Baal, Awashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwath, Slaki, what? Slaki. Well, Olive, what the Parath, Lai Walamyam, Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. The prayer for the Hakak, or the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Babakashah, Nathananaw, Hakak, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Kal Makalah, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakim, Hamathim, Hakak, Al Rakawath, Atama'ala, Lagarshan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the water Aman. Prayer for the prayer for the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushai, thank you. So be it. The prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Brakata Yahweh, Wa Yahushai, Wam Yake'ala, Wala'ayim. Matazabya. Allah-wap-yahanam. Hala-wap-yam. Hazaranyam. Hakwadzayanyam. Hakwayayam. Wa-kwathian. Yahweh. Bashim Yahushai. The Waterman. Pray for the blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, thank you. So be it. Sorry, which means to turn. And we're going to go ahead and give a salute to the brothers. Saying Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakatham. That's a matah. We're going to go ahead and give a salute to the sisters. Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Al-Thal Ba'Shem Yahushai. There's a matah. Class dismissed.